Well, when I woke up this morning, I was planning on crushing it in the market today, and, that didn't quite happen. Today, I'm going to show you guys what happens when you go full tilt. What happens when you go off of your rocker? What happens when you just go I don't even know what to say here. I had two choices this morning, right? I had a choice of not making this video, pretending that nothing happened, pretending that I didn't lose any money, pretending, that everything was just great. I could have easily just done that. I could have easily just not made this video. I could have easily just walked away, went fishing, lost the money, refunded the account, and then pretended like nothing ever happened. That would have been the easiest way, the easiest idea, I think. That would have been the easiest outcome here, especially because now it's like I'm just going to get tons and tons of people are going to make videos about this, and it is what it is, whatever. But let's talk about it. If you can see here, let's talk about the trades. MCRB this morning was a big gapper. And what's amazing is I was up big. I was up almost $3,000 on the day. At one point, I was close to $5,000 on the day. $5,000 on the day here. And I told somebody, I forgot who it was. I think I maybe told somebody that I wanted to have a $10,000 day. And I'm not going to lie, today felt like that. Today felt like I could have had a $10,000 day, right? Obviously, it's always coulda, shoulda, woulda. I thought to myself, I said, this is momentum, right? We're trading it right now. It's happening. This is the setup. This is the setup to hit our $10,000 day. And what's amazing is, what was I thinking? What was I really thinking here? So instead of making $10,000, well, I've lost close to $10,000. You can see here, down $8,349. Yeah, I don't know. There's not much else to say. So MCRB this morning, if you can see, move my head out of the way here. MCRB bouncing off the VWAP all morning. This is what really, I think this is probably what just screwed me, is look at this first entry of the day here on MCRB. I got in there for that break back above the VWAP, right? We get back above the VWAP here. We start to curl up here above the VWAP. I jump in there, beautiful, let's go to the moon kind of setup, and jumped in there, just got out too quickly and got in there at 1341, got out at 1359, and this thing rallied all the way up there to 17. I got a little, try to get a little action here, kind of got chopped up, and then try to buy this dip here like a full, just bad idea. But it wasn't that bad. I was still up big on the day, still making some nice little scalps on it, like jumping in here at 1620, selling there at 1712. A little loss there. But really, at open was when I crushed it. Ended up jumping in here at 2601. Jumping out there at 2702, jumping in there at 2940, and then jumping out there at 2987. So I had I wouldn't say I had good trades on it, but at that point it wasn't bad. And then, look at this. I ended up getting in there at 2670. Bam, awesome. All the way up there to 2782, getting in there at 2789. This is with 1,700 shares, getting in there at 1,700 shares on a stock that's moving $1 per second, basically, and then getting out there at 2860. And at that point, I was like, wow, this is the day, baby. This is the day to do it. We're going to a $10,000 day. We're going to do it, right? We're going to just crush a $10,000 day. It's going to be amazing. So we ended up getting halted here at 29. We pulled back. I jumped in there at 29.41. It crashed on me down there at 28.13. At that point, I had like almost 3,000, like close to 3,000 shares of this stock. What was I smoking? And ended up getting out there at 27.30, 26. Yeah, so that really crushed me right here. And then again, ended up trying to buy this breakout 28.98. Got out there at 27. So these are all dollar losses. And you can see how quickly this happens, because going from 29.41 and then getting out there at 27.30, that's a $2 loss. So that's wiping away all of my profits just like that, and just taking me out of the game. Bam, bam. With 3,000 shares with $2, I'm out right there. I'm out. So at that point, It's like, okay, I'm going to try to get another one here. Ended up again. It just turned into a massive FOMO battle type emotional roller coaster at that point. And I also traded, this is even better, I traded CLSK this morning. So CLSK, another funny one, because I ended up making profit on this first trade of the day. Got in there at 1095. Got out there at 1117 with close to 3,000, 4,000 shares. I was up over $1,000 on that ticker at that point, and you can see it ended up getting. I think it did get halted. I think it got halted here in this area. Tried to buy the dip, and it got crushed with 4,000 shares. So trading with 4,000 shares from 1134 and getting out there at 11. So getting out for a loss, basically wiping away my profits on this stock, and then again trying to jump in there for this break back over the VWAP. We get the break back over the VWAP, and I try to buy that breakout there, 1098, and you can see it actually spiked up there above 11. I was being greedy because I was like, well, because of MCRB, I'm gonna let this one ride. I'm gonna let this one ride because it's gonna go to 12. It's gonna go to $12. Like, it's gonna go to 12, right? So I had 4,000 shares there. Ended up getting out there at 1062. So again, getting out for basically $1,000 loss. Again, trying to buy this breakout over getting back above the VWAP, getting in there 1082 with 4,500 shares. And again, we tried to squeeze. I was looking for that move to 12 and only got 1120 was the high there, but just hard to get filled on this one. And guess what? Guess what happens? It did end up going up there to 1240 later on that day. Again, trying to buy this breakout, just trying to buy the break over this high there at 1178, getting in there at 1185, looking for that break over 12. Thought we might get a push to a halt at that point. And again, look at this, getting out for another massive loss there, 1136 from the 1130s. Trying it again through here and just getting, again, crushed through that move. So here we are for our last and final, for the I'd say the nail in the coffin, trying to get this breakout here. Oh, back over 12, got the high of 1213. It pulls back from 1211, and I end up getting out there at 1160. So yeah, it was one of those days. Now, first off, I don't want to make excuses. I really don't. I'm not here to make excuses other than the point that I lost the money, and it's like I said, it would have been easier for me to not make this video. It would have been much easier. And I definitely, I thought about it really. I kind of thought about it like all weekend. I thought about this, and I was kind of worried about this happening because it's not that I'm I'm not saying that I'm grieving, or maybe I am grieving, or I have some different forms of that, but it's definitely it's been a bit of an emotional roller coaster the last few days, or the last half of the week since I found out my mom died, and by no means, literally by no means, am I trying to place blame on my mom dying for me trading like this. Obviously, that's not what I'm trying to do here. But I am trying to address this issue that I should have known. I should have known going into the trading day. Like this morning, I should have just woke up, because all weekend, Saturday, Sunday, I kind of I went fishing, I did some stuff, but the whole weekend I just kind of kept dwelling on the fact that It's literally just, there's not much left. My family's dwindling away here. My brother died. My mom died. I mean, it's just like, what's left? And at this point, money's cool. It's great to make money. It's great to do all, to have money, be rich and all that. But, I mean, it's just, what does money really do in the end of the day? It's not gonna bring anyone back from the beyond. And it's not gonna stop me from dying. It's not gonna stop me from meeting my untimely death here at some point in my life. But I don't know. It's definitely been a roller coaster, because like I said, I was up big on the day. Ended up getting back to break even on the day, and then it just spiraled out of control, because at that point I was like, I'm gonna get back. I just had this mindset where I just, no matter what, I was gonna get back to green. And this was just really bad. I mean, what was I thinking? Trading inside of this crazy halted area. It was bad. I don't have a rhyme or reason, really. I can't I can't give you exact rhyme or reason to what went wrong. Now, one thing that I want to address here, because I know a lot of people, a lot of haters are going to come out. There's going to be a lot of people talking on this video, about how I can't trade and all that, and all blah blah blah. Like, I already know it's coming. So one thing that I want to address here for the viewers, for the subscribers, for people who do support me, is I want to address one thing here. The strategy that I have, the strategy using the strategy works. The strategy 100% works. But what happens is when you don't follow the strategy, when you get a entry like this is money, right? This setup right here is money. You had the high so far at 15. It pulls back below the VWAP. It gets back above. We had resistance there at the 13s. This is textbook good entry, good everything. Now, obviously my exit was terrible on this trade, and that's what kind of started the FOMO. But in general, it's not the strategy. It's not that the idea of buying, this break back above the VWAP, buying that little breakout there. That's not what this is about. This is not saying that the strategy doesn't work. What this is saying, what this video is about, this is why I wanted to make this video. This is why I really wanted to make this video. This video is prime example of what happens when you don't trade the strategy that works. Because again, what did I do? What did I do here, people? I chased, I FOMO'd, I revenge traded, I did everything that I should not have done, knowing that, again, the strategy works. It's not to say the strategy doesn't work. A lot of people will be like, oh, the strategy doesn't work. The strategy works only when you have extreme self-control and you have the power to not do stupid things. Okay, again, this little breakout of that little bull flag, beautiful, beautiful. We got back above the VWAP. Great. Rock and roll, baby. This getting up into this area here, I think this is something that I really got to make sure that I focus on. Like, hey, if we get into like a little chop zone, this is not where I want to be buying like a breakout. I don't want to be buying a breakout inside of this chop zone, because what's that saying? It's just saying there's a lot of like selling pressure, there's a lot of issues there. So that's something to think about. Now, obviously, later on, it did kind of hold that 16 level, and it did end up breaking out. And you can see the breakout here. Again, the strategy works. The strategy 100% works. But when you try to trade, like this right here, like what is this? What is that, Patrick? That's not a trade there. That's just terrible. So when you make bad choices, when you make bad trades, trying to blame the strategy, trying to be like, well, the reason that I lost money is because this strategy doesn't work, I'm going to change my strategy, things like that. That's not what it's about, right? That's not what this is about. This is about the emotion. My strategy is not what lost money. That's not why I lost money, right? My strategy, my understanding of how the market moves and all of that, that idea wasn't invalidated because of today. That's not what this is about. Every single trade that I took that was my strategy, every single trade that was in line with my strategy was profitable. Again, there's 3 trades. 1, 2, 3. 3 trades that were profitable, good overall trades. Now, this was a little bit of a chase on this number 2 one here, but in general, those 3 trades, the setups, the actual setups that I know have a high percentage of working out, of making a move, those are setups that I should first off take. But that's 1, 2, 3 setups right there alone. This up here, like what is going on with that? What is going on with that, Patrick? That's not a part of the strategy. That's like just some that's terrible. That's just terrible. So then let's go over. Again, let's see if we can find, some breakouts here. Now, again, at this point, obviously, I already had some FOMO. This whole debacle happened. It pulls back, and it was just bad. That was an area that I should have stayed away from, right? I should have just not traded. This is like a no trade zone right through here, because it's just, we can see clearly that there's just not the action that we're looking for. It's still early pre-market as well. So At that point, now look at this. This is what I want to draw out there. Again, strategy. Guess what? The strategy works when you let it work, right? So it breaks out right there. That's the breakout, making that high breakout of this, that triangle, or whatever you want to call it. And then it rallies from 16 up there to 1850. The strategy works, right? The idea works. The overall idea of this trading strategy works. That's not say that it doesn't. Again, you can see it really just came down to one thing and one thing only, just becoming emotional, becoming irate, and really just having no game plan, having no actual, I don't even want to, I just went fully, I just lost it. I just literally lost it at that point. There's just no other way to say it other than the fact that it just disregarded everything. Every rule there was, I just disregarded it. And like I said, there were still some trades in here, making a little bit of money, these trades and whatever, I made some money. But in general, it's bad. And then same thing. Let's look at, what was it? CLSK. Again, it's not that the strategy doesn't work, right? It's not that the strategy can't work, right? It's not that the strategy can't work, people. It's the fact that the emotions took over. I got in here. Well, again, it wasn't the best setup ever, but I got in, got that sold the breakout. We got crushed on this one. I tried to get a little breakout here. It popped. I don't want to say that, that this should have been a winner, but I was definitely a little greedy here. I could have got my 30, 40 cents there and had a totally fine green profit on that trade. Here, we got back above this VWAP. We got the breakout. There's the breakout, that bull flag we're looking for. There's that breakout. You can see from 1080 up there to 11. Okay, up there to 11, 12. Not bad. There's some, decent buying here, selling there. Okay, it works. The strategy works, whatever. But, again, this was bad. Like, I think this is the best way to put it. In theory here, right? In theory, trying to buy the breakout, this is not a safe area to buy the breakout. When you see that recently we have this, look at this wick on that candle, 1180 to 1150, bad. I tried to buy the break over 12 here. It got crushed, obviously, because that previous wick. So that's one thing to focus on. We went for almost an hour through this move here after getting this big move up. We had an hour move there. Okay, that works out. It squeezes back, but you can see the price action just changed here. We went from going from, 10, 11, up to 12 on this move here on the open, but then the price action just starts grinding, and you can see the sellers came in there, and the volume just was not happening. We did get that move to 12 later on. The action was there, but this is what happens when you just remove all types of when you remove all your rules, when you remove every little inclination of trading, trading in a smart way, I guess is the best way to put it. So I'm obviously going to have to take a break for a few days. This is, something I need to address. Nothing that you guys, I don't know, nothing I'm not going to solve this issue. I'm not going to solve, not even an issue. I'm not going to, there's no point. There's no point in me trying to do anything at this point other than just kind of taking a break for a few days, I guess is the best way to look at it. I just got to take a break. You got to take a break and get my mind straight, get my mind right. And I think that's really what it comes down to. Trading, it's easy to learn how to trade. It's easy to buy a stock and sell a stock. It's easy, right? That's easy. But the problem here is, can you control your emotions? I mean, literally at one point today, when I was up $3,000, I should have just walked away. I should have just walked. And then the best part is, when I went from being up 3,000 to being up like 500, I should have walked away, right? I should have walked away. And then I had an opportunity to walk away with like $1,000 loss, right? I could have walked away with $1,000 loss. I could have been done for the day. I could have just walked out the door. But instead, I just had I just didn't care. I think that's what it comes down to. I just did not care how much money I lost. I just did not care. I became this overly, insanely emotional trading monster, and I did not care. You know, I was like, no, I don't care anymore. I don't care about anything other than just me crushing it, you know? And that's really, it's really what it comes down to. Yeah, bad. Yeah. There's no rhyme or reason, I guess, you know, to put it out there. So this is what happens. This is what happens when you're trading with 2,000 or 3,000 shares on a stock. Look at these candles, guys. These candles. What is this from 28 to 31? I mean, from 23 to 28. I was trading with 3,000 shares. Like, what in the hell was I thinking? I mean, it's literally, what was I thinking? I'm kind of just laughing about it now, because there was a point where I was kind of like, I just want to quit. You know, I want to quit day trade. I want to quit YouTube. I want to quit everything. There was definitely that point that this morning that I thought about it, and then, you know, I took a breather and walked away for a second and said, all right, listen, you know, the only thing we can do from here, the only thing that I can do is to make a video about it, to put it on YouTube, to let people know, and I can just move on. You know, I can just get on to the next, you know. We'll just, whatever the next thing is, we gotta address it, and we gotta move on. And that's what I'm doing right here, right now. So if you guys haven't already, do me one favor, subscribe button, I guess. I don't know what else, whatever.